You must have heard the name Charles Sobhraj at some point. He is considered the most notorious and cunning criminal in the world. Charles Sobhraj was in love with his notoriety. People die to earn a name in the world, but Charles Sobhraj used to kill and rob people to gain infamy. Killing people was his fashion, and escaping from jail was his hobby. He was so cunning that even the walls of Tahar could not hold Charles Sobhraj captive. Charles Sobhraj, who committed the murders of more than 24 women and countless robbery incidents, was a notorious criminal, yet he was known more as a celebrity than a criminal in the world. While in jail, he used to earn millions of rupees a month. The world also knew him as the Bikini Killer, but do you know why Charles Sobhraj was given the name Bikini Killer? The complete story from childhood to now, how Charles Sobhraj entered the world of crime, how he kept fooling the police of many countries around the world, and finally, how he was caught. Where and in what condition is Charles Sobhraj today? Let's know everything in today's video. In this video, you will find out some things about Charles. Before you get lost in the video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so we can stay best buddies forever. Alright, let's jump right in. Sobhraj that you have never heard about before, so do stay with the video till the end. The story of Charles Sobhraj's lavish lifestyle inside Tihar jail and his escape from jail will surprise you. Friends, the full name of the person famous as Charles Sobhraj in the world was Charles Guramukrai Hachan Banani. Charles was born on April 6, 1944, in Saigon, the largest city of Vietnam. Charles's mother's name was Tran Lu. His mother was a resident of Vietnam. When Charles was born, his parents were not married but were living in a live-in relationship. After Charles's birth, his father refuses to accept Charles Sobhraj as his own, and very soon, Charles's parents also separate. After this, Charles's mother marries a lieutenant-rank officer of the French army. In this way, Charles starts living in France with his mother and stepfather. At a very young age, the world of crime started attracting Charles. Charles was not even 16 years old when he started hanging out with smugglers and thieves. In fact, he had started stealing and snatching from a very young age. But the first time he got into trouble with the police was in 1963 when he was caught red-handed while stealing. He had started the work of theft and snatching at a very young age. But the first time he got into trouble with the police was in 1963. He was caught red-handed while stealing. Upon proving the crime, Charles Sobhraj was sentenced to 3 years in jail. Although Charles did not get any major degree, his personality and manner of talking were such that everyone was attracted to him. He could win over anyone with his words. Using this ability, he started befriending rich prisoners in jail. Among those prisoners was a prisoner named Felix D'Escone. Charles Sobhraj became very good friends with Felix while in jail. After getting parole from jail, Charles started living in the same room with Felix. Felix D'Escone was a boy from a very rich family and had contacts with very rich people. He also used to attend big parties. Along with Felix, Charles Sobhraj also started going to these parties, and here he started befriending rich girls who came to the parties. His personality was very charming, which is why the girls themselves were attracted to him. The girls were drawn to him themselves. While going to these parties, one day, Felix meets a girl named Chantal Compagnon. Chantal Compagnon was a resident of Paris. This was the first time that Charles Sobhraj had actually fallen in love with a girl. They lived together for the next several months. Meanwhile, Charles Sobhraj proposes to his girlfriend, Chantal Compagnon, in 1969. Chantal Compagnon accepts this proposal. On the evening of this very day of the proposal, Charles Sobhraj is caught while trying to escape after a car theft. After this arrest, he is once again sentenced to 8 months in jail. As soon as he is released from jail after 8 months, he gets married, and after getting married, he leaves France in 1970 and heads towards Eastern Europe. He keeps traveling to other countries for the next few months. During this time, he befriends new people and robs them. Charles Sobhraj and his wife never stayed in one place after committing a crime. Instead, they would identify a foreign national, befriend them first, and then steal their passport and use the same passport and name to escape to another place. They would escape to another place. For the next few months, Sobhraj continued to commit crimes in different countries of the world, and traveling, he finally came to India in early 1971. As soon as he came to India, his wife gave birth to a daughter who was named Usha. Even after coming to India, Charles Sobhraj does not stop committing crimes. Instead, he starts committing crimes on a larger scale. After staying in Mumbai for a few days, he goes to Delhi. In Delhi, he gets acquainted with a local gangster. First, Charles befriends him very well, but a few days later, he robs him of his 2 revolvers and returns to Mumbai. After coming to Mumbai, he starts looking for a way to sell a revolver. In this process, he meets a local businessman and tries to sell him the revolver. But during this, a bullet accidentally fires and hits the person who came to buy the revolver directly on the head. Charles runs away thinking he is dead, but later the person tells the whole story to the police. After this, the police start searching for Charles Sobhraj, and on the tip of the same person, Charles is arrested for the first time in India on November 14, 1971. After the arrest, in some other cases, Charles Sobhraj is brought to Delhi for questioning. Only a few days had passed since he was brought to Delhi when suddenly one day he complains of severe stomach pain. Seeing Charles's restlessness, he is immediately admitted to Valentine Hospital. After the initial treatment, he is kept in the hospital for a week. During this time, one day Charles Sobhraj tells a policeman sitting nearby that the doctor has not given him sleeping medicine today, so he is not able to sleep. If he turns off the light, maybe he will fall asleep. Hearing Charles's words, the guard present there turns off the light. On the other hand, Charles's wife keeps the rest of the security guards and policemen engaged in her conversation in the next room. In this way, 20 minutes pass. After 20 minutes, when a policeman goes to that room and turns on the light, he finds the room empty, which means Charles Sobhraj had escaped from their custody. As soon as this news spread, there was a commotion, and the entire police team was engaged in a desperate search for him. After a few hours of hard work, he is caught at the Delhi railway station and is once again put in jail. He is put in jail. However, 2 months later, he gets bail with some conditions. As soon as he gets bail, Charles flees from Delhi and reaches Kabul, the capital of Afghanistan. Upon reaching Kabul, he stays at the famous Intercontinental Hotel of Afghanistan. He stays in the same hotel for several days, but one day decides to leave the hotel. Because it was the most expensive hotel in Afghanistan and he had been staying here for several days, the hotel bill had become very high, but he did not have the money to pay the bill. So he uses his brain and secretly steals a car from the hotel compound and escapes from Afghanistan. However, during his escape, he is caught at the Afghanistan-Iran border and is then put in a jail in Kabul, and once again he repeats the drama of being sick that he did while in an Indian jail. Seeing Sobhraj's condition, he is immediately admitted to Wazir Akbar Khan Hospital in Afghanistan. Here too, Sobhraj stays for a few days, then one day, seeing an opportunity, he mixes a large number of sleeping pills in the guard's tea, and also escapes from the hospital. After escaping from here, Charles Sobhraj goes to Pakistan in 1971. While living in Pakistan, one day he rents a taxi in Rawalpindi and after going some distance, he kills the taxi driver in the silence of the night. According to records, this was the first murder committed by Charles Sobhraj. After this, with the help of a fake passport, he stays in Pakistan for some time and then in Afghanistan. During this time, he starts smuggling weapons into India by land from Afghanistan and earns a lot of money. Along with this weapon smuggling, he also continues to commit car theft and robbery incidents with foreign tourists in India. This goes on for almost 2 years, that is, till 1973, and Charles Sobhraj prospers a lot. Escaping the eyes of the police and law, he also invests his money in gambling and some businesses in Bangkok. During all this, in 1973, he stays at the famous Ashok Hotel in Delhi. While staying at the hotel, he befriends a dancer here and also promises to marry her. After befriending the dancer, he makes a big plan and together they plan a robbery at the jewelry shop located in the compound of the Ashok Hotel. According to the plan, he first calls the staff of the jewelry shop and introduces himself as the Prince of Nepal and tells the staff of the jewelry shop to bring some valuable jewelry upstairs, saying he wants to buy it. With his words, Charles Sobhraj convinces the jewelry shop staff that he is the Prince of Nepal. After this, the staff comes upstairs to Sobhraj's room with a lot of expensive jewelry. As soon as the staff enters the room, Sobhraj gives him water to drink. As soon as he drinks the water, he becomes unconscious because Sobhraj had already mixed sleeping pills in it. As soon as the staff becomes unconscious, Sobhraj runs away with all the jewels and that dancer. A little later, the other staff of the jewelry shop notice that their colleague who went upstairs has not returned for a long time. In such a situation, a staff member runs upstairs and sees that the room is locked from the outside. The door is quickly opened with a spare key, and they find the staff lying unconscious inside. On the other hand, the people who were in the room along with all the goods have disappeared. The police also arrive there in a hurry, and during the search of the room, a passport is found in the room. He had forgotten his passport there, and with this passport, the police identify Charles Sobhraj, and the local airport is informed that if Charles Sobhraj comes, he should be arrested immediately. According to the plan, Charles Sobhraj also comes to the airport to escape to another country. But here he has a confrontation with the security forces. Somehow Charles manages to escape from here, but his dancer friend is caught along with the jewels. Many police teams go after Sobhraj, and after a few days of hard work, he is arrested. After the arrest, he is once again sent to jail. The police recover a large number of revolvers, pistols, and bullets that were smuggled from Afghanistan to India. After this, a case is registered against Sobhraj under several different sections, and he is sent to jail, and Charles remains in jail for the next several months, but after a few months, he gets bail. As soon as he gets bail, once again, instead of staying in India, he first goes to Afghanistan, and then from there, he reaches Tehran, the capital of Iran, using a fake passport. On the other hand, Charles's wife, Chantal Compagnon, gets tired of Charles and breaks all ties with him and goes back to France with her daughter. In those days, large-scale anti-government protests were going on in Iran, and large-scale opposition leaders were operating underground. Charles Sobhraj changes his identity and starts meeting with the leaders of the opposition group, and then he starts smuggling weapons for them. The illegal weapons business runs very well, and Charles earns a lot of money, but this does not last for a long time. Because after some time, Iran's secret agency recognizes Charles Sobhraj's cleverness and catches him red-handed. But here too, Charles Sobhraj shows his cleverness and immediately makes a big deal with Iran's secret police agency. Under the deal, Charles tells the police the whereabouts of two big anti-government leaders. In return, the police do not take any action against Charles Sobhraj and take him to Istanbul, the capital of Turkey. As soon as he reaches Istanbul, the capital of Turkey, he meets his brother, Andrei. He commits various crimes with his brother for the next 2 years. After committing crimes in Turkey for a long time, both brothers reach Athens, the capital of Greece, and continue to create terror there for several months. But here both of them fall into the hands of the police. While in a Greek jail, Charles Sobhraj tries to escape from jail twice, but he fails. He also acts out the drama of vomiting blood and stomach pain, but it has no effect on the policeman there, and he remains locked in jail. Because Sobhraj had tried to escape from jail twice, he had tried to escape, so he is now sent to a jail from where no one has escaped till date. It was located on an island. Even after reaching here, Charles Sobhraj keeps trying to escape. In this process, he befriends a nurse working in the jail and starts pretending to be in love with her, and with her help, he gradually starts getting gunpowder and other things by keeping them inside the food items. Then, he secretly prepares a fire-making device from these things. Meanwhile, one day when Charles Sobhraj was being taken out of jail in a car for a hearing, he suddenly sets the car on fire with the pre-prepared gunpowder weapon on the way at one place. This causes a commotion inside the car, and the car is forced to stop. Taking advantage of this commotion, Charles finally manages to escape from there. Here, Charles somehow escapes from the clutches of the police, but his brother Andrei is caught and is handed over to Turkey by the Greek police, where he gets an 18-year jail sentence. For the next few months, Charles Sobhraj keeps running from one place to another. While running, he finally reaches Thailand. After reaching Thailand, he starts the business of precious gems and drugs for some time, and in no time, he becomes one of the top drug dealers in his area. He starts committing crimes along with the drug business, but this time he changes his style of committing crimes a little. Earlier, he used to rob people by befriending them, but now he changes his method a little and first becomes a medium of help for people and then starts robbing them. In fact, as soon as he reached Thailand in 1975, he first befriends some girls there and makes them his fans. Those girls follow him so much as if he hadn't. Earlier, Sobhraj had secretly stolen the passports of 2 French police officers who had come to Thailand to travel, and then on the pretext of finding the passports, he returned the passports and became a hero in their eyes. They then became followers of Charles. Similarly, a person who had come to Thailand to travel suddenly falls very ill. Here too, both the girls of Charles's gang come as messiahs, and they say that you should meet a person named Charles Sobhraj. He will help you. In this way, Sobhraj also helps him and becomes a hero in his eyes. He carried out several incidents in this way. During this time, he meets an Indian man named Ajay Chaudhary. Now Ajay Chaudhary becomes a fan of him in Thailand, and he also starts working for him. Both of them together murder a woman in Thailand in 1975. This woman was a resident of the city of Seattle whose name was Teresa Knowlton. In fact, Charles Sobhraj first uses his personality to befriend Teresa. Then one day, on the pretext of sightseeing, Sobhraj takes Teresa Knowlton to a beach in Thailand, where he first gives her a narcotic drug and makes her unconscious after seeing an opportunity. And then a little while later, he takes her life by strangling her. He takes off all the clothes of the dead woman and leaves only a bikini on her body. A little while later, the body of a person named Vitali Hakim is found on the road leading to a famous Pattaya resort in Thailand. Most of his clothes were also missing, and he had been burnt. Charles Sobhraj and his accomplices made their next target a 29-year-old. His body was also found in a secluded area on December 16, 1975. Further investigation reveals that Charles Sobhraj and his accomplices first befriended these people, and then robbed them after gaining their trust. Whoever among them resisted, their body was burned by taking out fuel from their own car, or some people were killed by giving them drugs. Because within a few months, the bodies of many women were found, most of whom were murdered in the same manner, and all were left in a bikini after being killed. Therefore, in the media, Charles Sobhraj was given the name the Bikini Killer. Friends, this was the first part of this sensational story. The link to the second part will also be available in the description and on the screen as well. Before clicking on the next part, please support us. Thank you.